Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we read time-traveling back to a civilization that laid the very foundation of our modern world, ancient Greece. It's more than just togas and temples. It's the birthplace of ideas that still shape our lives every single day. So grab your virtual passport and let's explore. First up, let's talk about power to the people. Ancient Greece, particularly the city-state of Athens, gave us the world's first democracy. For the first time in history, citizens had the right to vote and actively participate in making government decisions. Imagine that. This revolutionary concept of self-governance has echoed through centuries and is the bedrock of many nations today. But this new form of government wasn't created in a vacuum. It was fueled by some of the greatest minds in history. We're talking about the legendary trio, Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. These philosophers weren't just sitting around thinking deep thoughts. They were questioning everything. Their ideas on ethics, politics, science, and education became the building blocks of Western thought and are still studied in universities worldwide. Now, ancient Greece wasn't a single unified country like we think of today. It was a collection of powerful independent city-states, or polis. Each had its own unique identity. Athens was the vibrant hub of art, culture, and learning. Just a short journey away was Sparta, a society completely dedicated to military discipline and strength. Then you had wealthy Corinth and mighty Thebes. This rivalry and diversity made the Greek world an incredibly dynamic and often volatile place. What did these different city-states have in common? A shared belief in a pantheon of powerful gods and goddesses. From Zeus, king of the gods, ruling the skies from Mount Olympus, to Poseidon commanding the seas and Athena, the goddess of wisdom, these myths weren't just bedtime stories. They were a way to explain the mysteries of nature, the complexities of human behavior, and the meaning of life itself. And how did they honor their gods? With the grandest athletic competition the world had ever seen, the Olympic Games, starting in Olympia, around 776 BCE as a festival to honor Zeus, these games brought together athletes from across the Greek world to compete in events like running, wrestling, and chariot racing. This spirit of competition and human excellence directly inspired the modern Olympic Games we love today. When you picture ancient Greece, you probably imagine magnificent buildings. The Greeks were master architects, creating timeless structures with their iconic column designs. The simple Doric, the elegant Ionic with its scrolls, and the ornate Corinthian. The most famous example is the Parthenon in Athens, a breathtaking temple dedicated to the goddess Athena that still stands as a symbol of classical beauty and precision. Of course, the history of Greece is also a story of conflict. They fought epic wars that have been retold for millennia. In the Persian Wars, a small band of Greek city-states stood together to repel the mighty Persian Empire. Later, the Peloponnesian War saw the two biggest powers, Athens and Sparta, turn against each other in a long and devastating conflict that reshaped the Greek world. Their military strategies are still studied by generals today. But their genius wasn't limited to the battlefield or the government hall. Ancient Greece was also a cradle of science and mathematics. Thinkers like Pythagoras gave us theorems that are still fundamental to geometry. Euclid is often called the father of geometry, and the brilliant scientist Archimedes made incredible discoveries in physics and engineering. They approached the world with logic and reason, seeking to understand how it truly worked. And finally, their stories. The Greeks invented Western literature and drama as we know it. Homer's epic poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey, tell heroic tales of war, adventure, and the struggle to find one's way home. In the theaters of Athens, they pioneered tragedy and comedy, exploring the deepest aspects of the human condition in ways that still move audiences today. Putting it all together, the legacy of ancient Greece is simply immense. From our governments and legal systems to our scientific methods, our art, our philosophy, and even our sports, their influence is everywhere. They truly are the foundation of Western civilization, and their ideas continue to inspire and challenge us thousands of years later. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey through ancient Greece. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure into history. See you next time.